What's happening behind the scenes at Newcastle United right now is simply intriguing, mate. You know when there's that kind of silent movement, almost unnoticeable at first, but it starts raising eyebrows. Well, that's exactly what's going on at St. James Park right now. Late-night meetings, constant phone calls, quiet smiles here, serious faces there. And that coming and going of people who refuse to speak to the press. Something big is definitely brewing, and anyone paying close attention know this is seriously massive. And look, if you're a true magpie who loves being one step ahead, who never wants to miss a single update about our Newcastle, then do yourself a favor, subscribe to the channel now. It's the best way to stay up to date with everything happening behind the scenes. And it helps us massively to keep bringing you fresh news straight from top sources like Sky Sports and German journalist Florian Plettenberg, who are closely tracking every move from the club. And to make things even more interesting, it's not just Newcastle's activity that's catching attention. Another Premier League club has quietly made a decision that could directly impact our squad. A deal involving millions, fan expectations, and of course, that nervous feeling every transfer window brings. But hold on, this isn't just any deal. It's the kind of move that, if confirmed, could seriously shake up the team's structure, especially in one of the most sensitive and strategic positions on the pitch. And if that wasn't enough, the player involved has openly admitted in a recent interview that he's still keen on wearing the Newcastle United shirt. Yes, you heard that right. He wants to play at St. James Park, and not just now. This whole saga actually started last season when everything looked set to be wrapped up, but demands from other clubs completely derailed the move. Now, with the situation completely different, the pieces are back on the table, and this story is set to take a huge turn in the coming hours. And yes, mate, it's time to lay it all out for you. According to Sky Sports and Florian Plettenberg from Sky Germany, Newcastle United has reignited its interest in signing goalkeeper James Trafford from Burnley. But that's not all. The detail that's got everyone talking is that Burnley has already agreed a deal to sign a replacement young goalkeeper Max Weiss from German club Karlsruhe SC. The deal is worth around £4.2 million, with a contract running until 2029. This, my friend, changes the entire game. By the way, if you're loving this real-time update and want to stay completely in the loop with everything happening at our Newcastle, hit that subscribe button right now. That way you won't miss a single update or breaking news, and you'll be helping the channel grow, allowing us to bring even more hot updates straight from Europe's and England's top sources. But let's break this story down properly. Last summer, James Trafford was very close to becoming a Newcastle player. Everything looked set, lined up, ready to be announced. But then, right at the last minute, Nottingham Forest stepped in with a demand that completely blocked the deal. They wanted Benfica goalkeeper Odysseas Vlachodimos included in a swap deal involving Elliot Anderson moving to Forest. And as you probably know, that deal completely collapsed. Despite that frustrating episode, Trafford's interest in Newcastle never faded. In fact, in a very honest interview with the Fozcast, he made it clear that yes, he really wanted to come to St. James Park. In his own words, the goalkeeper said, "That club was perfect for me," and that he saw Newcastle as a unique opportunity for both personal and professional growth. And honestly, when a player makes it that clear, you just know that if it's up to him, the deal has a real chance of happening. Meanwhile, Burnley has acted quickly. Knowing there's a real risk of losing their number one, they wasted no time finding a replacement, and they found exactly that in young German keeper Max Weiss. The deal was wrapped up quickly, smoothly, and quietly. According to Florian Plettenberg, the 21-year-old goalkeeper is viewed as a long-term project, someone with the potential to become Burnley's number one in the future. And of course, that opens the door for James Trafford to leave more naturally. And if you're wondering about the numbers involved in this possible transfer, the word is that Newcastle would need to pay around £40 million to secure Trafford's signing. A big fee, no doubt. But when you look at the current Premier League market and the goalkeeper market in general, it's a fee that actually makes sense, especially considering the quality and massive potential of a player who's only 22 years old with a huge future ahead. Oh, and mate, if you want to keep up with every step of this negotiation, every behind-the-scenes detail, don't waste time, subscribe to this channel right now. It's free, it's quick, and it helps us massively to keep delivering top-quality news straight from reliable sources like Sky Sports, Sky Germany, and so many other trusted outlets covering English and European football. Back to the deal. It's worth pointing out that Newcastle currently has other priorities in this transfer window. The board is actively working on strengthening the defense, especially targeting a centre-back and a right-winger. These are the current top priorities. However, the club isn't ruling out the possibility of pushing forward for Trafford if the conditions are right and the deal makes sense financially. It's also important to remember James Trafford is no ordinary player. Last season he was absolutely sensational, playing a crucial role in Burnley's promotion campaign to the Premier League. He kept 29 clean sheets and conceded just 16 goals all season, insane numbers that put him firmly on the radar of several Premier League clubs, and rightly so. We're talking about a young, hugely talented goalkeeper who has everything it takes to become one of the very best in the coming years. And there's another detail that makes this even more exciting. According to reports from the UK, James Trafford not only wants to join Newcastle but is also prepared to push for his exit from Burnley if talks progress positively. In other words, the player himself is making it clear that, if it's up to him, this transfer isn't just possible, it's exactly what he wants. On the flip side, even though Burnley has already secured Max Weiss as a replacement, they won't make things easy. They know exactly how valuable Trafford is on the market, and with Newcastle interested, they'll be looking to drive the price as high as possible. That's how the market works, especially in the Premier League, where negotiations are always full of strategy, tension, and of course, behind-the-scenes pressure. And here's one more inside scoop for you, mate. People close to Newcastle's board say that while this deal isn't considered urgent at this very moment, it's absolutely still on the table and could pick up pace in the coming weeks, especially if other targets don't progress as planned. And let's be honest, with the player's desire to move and Burnley's recent activity in the market, this story is far from over. And if you've made it this far, it's because you're a proper Newcastle fan, someone who lives and breathes this club, so you already know what to do. Hit that subscribe button now so you don't miss a single thing happening behind the scenes. That way you'll always get the latest updates first. Stay on top of all the hottest news, and of course, you'll be helping us massively to keep delivering top quality content straight from the most reliable sources in Europe and the UK, like Sky Sports, Sky Germany, and many more. The truth is, Newcastle United is wide awake in this transfer market, moving smart, analyzing every opportunity that pops up. The James Trafford deal might not be priority number one right now, but make no mistake, it's a very real, very serious possibility. And judging by how things are going, this saga still has plenty of twists left and maybe, just maybe, ends with Trafford wearing the famous black and white shirt at St. James Park. Stay tuned, because the moment anything happens you'll hear it here first.